What's up to another episode of Dragon Man 100 episode. I'm super happy because it's amazing. Technically the first one, right? So prologue, we could count it, but this is basically the beginning of the story. We begin with Link training, and we know Link is a good swordman, but in the game, it's never really shown. So we have this guy Forens. I It's audio, so I have a problem picturing who Florence is, but it doesn't matter. He's a Kokiri. We got a Link training. It's amazing because again we got the Cooked Lostwood theme song, so it really feels like you're here. We're seeing that Florence is smarter than Link, but he's kind of like a big brother to Link. And kind of takes care of him. We see Milo and his group bullying Link, and it's more like a because Link is weird. Link doesn't have the same skin tone. He is taller. So he's bullying Link, and there's a rivalry because Link is kind of getting stronger and stronger, and Florence is still like, yo, don't worry about him. He's kind of protective of Link. Something I really enjoyed. There's during the training, there's constant mention of Sarya, and we know how much Sarya is important. So I thought it was really cool that he mentioned Sarya like that, right? Changing. Also mentioned that it's kind of cool because again, I talked about it in the prologue. Where I took note. That's why I'm watching the this. So it's kind of cool because we're saying that the Deku Tree was in charge of protecting the Kokiri, was in charge of making sure that we're fed. They were hunting. They were harvesting. So it's kind of cool that we're talking about. There's whisper about how the woods are changing. We know the woods are changing because we know that Ganon put a curse on the Deku Tree, but the Kokiri don't know that. And it's kind of cool that we're seeing that, it's affecting how strong the Deku Tree was, because the Deku Tree is often forgotten, but it's a kind of like a god in itself, right? Uh, Link's different. Yeah, we mentioned that Link is different. We mentioned that he has a different skin tone, that he's taller, and that's why he's getting bullied. He doesn't have a fairy, that's why he's getting bullied. So it's very different compared to a normal Kokiri. And it's sad because that's the first hint that we have that he might not be a Kokiri. Him and Sarah, the first conversation. They're fun. They're having fun. You can see that they're close. It's kind of cool because in the game, they're really close. Sarah is technically like the other people. I think they care about Link, but not as much as Sarah does. Sarah is kind of his best friend, right? Thinking about how food is a shortage, so they constantly eating food, soup. It's kind of cool because Link goes to sleep, and they do mention the. So I was talking about the prologue. How the prologue to me had started with a dream of Zelda, Impa being chased by Ganon, and it's cool because we're seeing this, right? And it's kind of cool because in this episode we're talking about certain people being able to see in the future to the dreams. And if you look at Ocarina of Time loading screen, you have scenes of the future. So we have seen with Nabu, which is a Gerudo princess. We have seen where I forgot. We had a scene with Ganondorf. There's a second scene. I think that we're jumping over the Gerudo bridge, but I'm not sure. There's a second scene. I don't know. It's been a while, guys. It's been over 10 years. Dream. He dreams. There's a presence of a white stag. So the white stag isn't something I'm familiar with. And then I was thinking about it while listening to the episode. And I think the white stag is a direct mention of Twilight Princess. Because in Twilight Princess, there's something as a white stag and the woods. Although they're not the Lost Wood, they're the Oran Woods. And they're somewhat similar. They're somewhat similar to the Lost Wood. So it could be. It could be. And Twilight Princess is in the same direct timeline. So it's Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Twilight Princess. White Stag. Then yeah, so we have the eye roll. Kind of cool because the field is covered with monster. We don't know where they're coming from. We have the first notion of eye roll. We have again Impa and Zelda leaving for this phenomenal scene. The scene where you get the Ocarina of Time, get Ganondorf, which is following them. Then he stumbled upon Link and cast him like a spell, and that's when the dream is ending. So it's kind of cool that we're seeing this. It's kind of cool that it's mentioned because technically this is the first episode. So I wanted that in the prologue. The fact that we have in the first episode is as good. Fire Song. The, in the dream, he's dreaming that he has a fairy, and that fairy is Navi. And it's kind of cool because it is something true. So I think the fact that Navi is there, I think that we know as player that this is something that's really true. But a dream like that is kind of crazy. We have the Sarah song. We're hearing Sarah song. We have the forest. We have mention of the forest temple, right? Um, then Sarah, she gives a gift to Link, and they still end with Navi and going to Link and saying, "Oh, look how much he's sleeping. Is it possible that he's the one that's to save Hyrule?" And it's funny because he keeps having those nightmares and he can't sleep. So Sarah gift is actually drowsing potion, so to make him sleep. It's funny because we don't know what it is until the next episode. Last episode, super good again. I'm really excited. The voice acting is really good, and it's a good story. It's a really good story. There you go.